back to school and I was like, okay, let me wrap up with the whole process of transferring fully to nursing. Going back to admin block, I found out that my name was no longer on the list. What the? I know how to tell my sister that my name was no longer on the list. I called her. She was like, why is your name not on the list? Probably you not merit it, or your CGPA was not enough. Like they lie. I don't know people that my CGPA is even better than, and their name was actually on the list. So constant calling, what is happening? I refused to speak to my sister for about 2 months. Like I did not speak to her. Nobody. I decided not to pick anybody's call at all because picking their call is just something that would torment me, and I would start feeling so depressed, frustrated, always thinking, am I not good enough for this thing?
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Then and Now. Join me as we talk about inspiring stories of transformation and growth. We will also talk about the ups and downs and how faith and determination have helped our guests to succeed. So, I can't be doing this alone. We have here with us a recent graduate of biochemistry from Abia State University. We have here with us Miss Helen, the one pretty lady who is sitting here. So, and I want to say you look beautiful, by the way, and you smell so nice. It's so awesome having you here to come share your story with us. I'm really privileged. I'm really honored to have you here, ma.
This was actually when I wanted to change from biochemistry to nursing. It was a whole lot. Going through the process of writing a letter, sending it to the DC, then getting it approved, moving it to admin block. After that, we pay some of the money. But during that period, I got the letter. It was approved, but then again, the school had to go for like a break. So going for the break, we got information that all students, including those students and transfer students, were supposed to go for clinicals. So I went for the clinical, stayed there for about 2 months. We go expenses of accommodation, feeding. After the break, came back to school and I was like, okay, let me wrap up with the whole process of transferring fully to nursing. Going back to admin block, I found out that my name was no longer on the list. What the? It was terrible. I had to go back to the man that told me my letter was approved. The man, I went back to his office and he still saw my name there. Like my name was supposed to be on the list, but because my letter was actually approved, so why is my name not appearing on the full list? I went back to the man again and I was telling him that this person said my name is supposed to be on this list. They checked even in other they checked even in pharmacy or medicine. Maybe probably there was a mistake, but still the name was not there. I started crying See, I started crying. People were not telling me that I should calm down. I was like, people will not understand because it was something I always wanted to do. Plus, my family were also pushing me as well to go for nursing because of the opportunities, the outside and all of that. So I was crying, seriously. I had to go back to my hostel. I didn't even know how to tell my sister that my name was no longer on the list. I called her. She was like, why is your name not on the list? Probably you not merit it, or your CGPA was not enough. Like they lie. I don't know people that my CGPA is even better than, and their name was actually on the list. So it was a whole lot for me. Pressure for my sister was too much. We contacted some people in school. She called some of her friends. They took me to admin block, but still they said nothing can be done. Since my name is not there, my name is not there. Because of the constant calling, what is happening, I refused to speak to my sister for about 2 months. Like I did not speak to her. Nobody. I decided not to pick anybody's call at all because picking their call is just something that would torment me, and I would start feeling so depressed, frustrated, always thinking, am I not good enough for this thing? Why? Like was my effort not? It was a painful moment for me. At that point, I could no longer focus or concentrate on biochemistry. I barely go for my lectures. I did not even know the courses, like my course outline. Like I did not even know what they were actually teaching in biochemistry 200 level because I was refusing to go for lectures because my mind was not there. I just wanted to do. If it's not nursing, there is no other course. How I overcame, kept encouraging me and pushing me to go for biochemistry. Probably there's something else that is actually waiting for me in biochemistry that I failed to realize. I should just go for it and see myself loving the course, because it's when you love something you can actually put in your best or put in your energy for that thing. I took the advice and I started attending lectures, mingling with my classmates and see how I can skate through biochemistry. I went home for the Christmas break, and then I went home, I sent my first to my family. They had to accept the fact that if it's not nursing, then I should just focus on biochemistry. They even told me that I should forget everything about nursing and just focus on what I have currently, which is biochemistry. And my family alone was, because when you have the support of people that actually put you through school, then you see the whole thing moving smoothly for you. So my family alone, concerning with me and encouraging me, was helpful to me that period.
The story is giving like God hands were involved. But to you, do you think God wanted you to read that course?
Okay, let me use another experience too. So I feel God was actually involved in it. Most times as humans, we want to push for something, and then when you don't see it forthcoming, we tend to feel like God is not on our side and all of that. I was actually still pushing for the nursing, to the point that I took another job even while in school. You know how we go, I actually got the nursing. I got the nursing to start from 100 level while I was entering 300 level biochemistry. The whole news, I was so happy. I was like, wow, finally, I can start this nursing I've been excited about. And then I called home, I was like, I've gotten admission to study nursing. Wow. Was it the change of course that was? No. I'm supposed to start from 100 level. And the next thing I heard was, forget about it. Jesus, that was heavy. I didn't even know what to do at that point. My sister was like, no, you cannot pay you've paid school fees for 100 level, 200 level biochemistry, and you're actually approaching 300 level, and you're now going to start back 100 level with the whole acceptance fee, professional fee, all of that, and we know apps too. I just had to accept my fate, and I felt God was like trying to teach me that when I got the admission now, I now like believed in myself, like I actually can do this. Like I merited it, but God was actually saying it differently. He wanted me to see that I can actually do this thing, but it's not actually what He wanted from me.
Yeah, it's not your package. It's a beautiful thing that we could talk about this and laugh about it. You know, when you're in that phase, it's looking like, oh, God does not love me, God does not want me. But there's one thing I've come to figure out, that what you're not capable of doing at that moment, He won't give it to you. But when you're so desperate about it, He will hand it over to you. Can you handle that? So it's not your package, it's not your package. It's a beautiful thing that we could talk about it now and we could see the light. Like, what was your perspective in those periods of time, like in your academics, like, okay, I need to just focus on biochemistry? What really changed your mind?
I'll say my lecturers. So there were times we attend classes, and especially my HOD, he would like talk about his experiences, how he wanted to do this as well, but he saw something in biochemistry. Chemistry is vast, it's broad.
Yeah.
Like I can literally work in any place, the medical sector, the industrial sector, and the rest. I have come to notice that I have this passion for research, like a practical research. So me getting to know that, seeing this thing or experimenting on this thing is like kind of building my knowledge about certain things and exposing me to different experiences.
Yeah.
I just see myself, especially when we go for our laboratory works. One of my turning points was also when I went for my industrial training, like exposing myself to this laboratory experiment that bring me to the light that I can see things from not just the theoretical part, but the practical part. Not just me hearing lecturers say, this is how this thing is, but I'm seeing it play out, like I'm seeing it work out in a lab. Like this experience sticks, like it stays in my head, and I'm like, wow, there's so much more to actually get from biochemistry. Like, I was speaking to my roommates recently about my project work, and I was speaking to her, and the whole thing was just so excited to me, like seriously, like the love for the whole research thing. Like, okay, I'll use for instance medicinal plants. Like most plants that most of the trees of the plants we just see lying around, they look like benefits to society, but it actually does, because my project work I'll actually be researching on I don't really know the botanical name, but as we popularly know, ube plant. Yes, so the tree is what we are using to carry out this experiment, and we're experimenting on benign prostatic hyperplasia. So this plant is actually medicinal to cure this disease condition. We don't see it as a normal plant for eating our corn, but there is more to the leaves, there is more to the stem. So me knowing that this thing is actually benefit, like experimenting on this thing and researching on it is a whole lot. Like the experiences.
I love the fact that you've seen another aspect of biochemistry. You've seen that there is more to your field of study. So I have a question. What was your encounter with God like within this period of time? And what was your encounter with God before you came into school and before you started going through all these phases of biochemistry nursing? What was your encounter with God like? You're there and you're now.
Oh, my time was, we all came from Christian homes where we are most times scheduled to go to church, but then you're actually in church, but you don't even know what the preacher is talking about. Your own is just let me be present, that let me be recorded that I actually attended church service. Then I would not say I did not have a relationship with God, because then most of the lifestyle I lived was not something to be pleased about. Like I could literally do some certain things and I don't care about the consequences or the repercussion. I just live life as it is. But coming to school and going in knowing God and my relationship with God, it has shaped my life to some extent that I know that there are certain things I'm not supposed to do. There are certain words, certain things I'm not supposed to do at all, say and all. I've grown to tolerate people most times, even when I get so irritated by somebody's, like, your character, I just tend to and I'll just say, what would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus actually shaping my life to so many extents. I even see myself then praying is hard.
It's a struggle.
It's a struggle. Then my sister will always tell me, you have to study your Bible, but shishi, I don't see a need for why I need to study my Bible. I don't even see why I should pick up the Bible and start reading. Most of I just do it because she will tell me, you will be the one to give an explanation about this particular verse, and I'll just carry it, but I still don't understand. But going in my relationship with God, I saw the need for why I need to pray, why I need to study my Bible, because these things are what will actually help me in keeping the intimacy with God, growing more in the knowledge of God. Now I can, if I don't pray or I don't study my Bible, I just have this prompting in my heart or this pricking in my conscience that I need to do this thing. So it has actually shaping me that before I could not pray effectively, then just normal family devotion, and after that, that's all. But now I know I have to do something like quiet time. I know I have to do a personal devotion with God. Now I can say my relationship with God has improved to some extent that I know now I have to pray, I know now I have to study.
I wanted to ask, in the aspect of your faith, can you recall your first encounter with God?
My first encounter with God. There was a time I was invited to a prayer meeting at a popular place in Absu known as Bush House. So when I got to the place, I saw people praying, saw people speaking in tongues, and everybody was just there, and I was just there. I did not really know what to do. I just know that there is somebody called God, or I've not really had this personal encounter with Him, and I just stood there, making me as you say, I come prayer meeting and I'm not doing anything. So I was just there, just closing my eyes and like, God, anyhow I walk for this meeting, just do your thing. The prayer section was getting so intense, and something within my spirit I just saw myself speaking in tongues to the extent that I was actually rolling on the ground, and I'm like, hey, what is this? And at that point, it didn't matter I was just doing like I was praying in tongues with tears in my eyes, and I just feel like that was God, because in my life I have never had that experience, and I just knew that that was it, like that was God. That experience just shaping my life. That I knew that there is something God has for me, and since then my view, my perspective about God and everything changed. I knew that now I have to start working on my relationship with God. I need to know God more for myself.
Just giving like your first prayer meeting was your first encounter with God.
Yes.
And was your first speaking in tongues.
Yes.
And then you were just like, what's going on? Am I the one? it's great to see. I know that there were times where you had like little setback, or when you're just angry with God. But there are times where God never came through for you.
Still pushing back to my first experience, when the whole, because for me to have gone for the clinicals, I felt God was actually working out and coming back, and I found out that my name was no longer on the list. Like, I was like, what's God playing? Like, because how will they say my name was actually on the list before, and I'm coming back and my name was no longer there? Like, I prayed, even while I'm clinical, I was praying that the whole process would just work out smoothly. And coming back to school and my name was not there.
So we all have one thing we want to say to God when we say God. We just know that the things He has done for us is more than what we are even going to say He has not done for us. So another question is, what was your darkest moment like, and how did you cope? How did you survive?
Okay, my darkest moments. So during those moments, I felt alone. I felt frustrated. I was tired, fed up, just want to give up, just want to be by myself, not do anything, and just see what life has in store for me. Like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in the sports, just there, don't struggle. I was feeling so down, weak, like, I don't want to go continue with the whole education thing. Most I don't want to even continue with the whole intimacy with God thing and all of that. But during those moments, I had friends that kept pushing. Most times they take me to bush house, hold my hands, pray together, speak words over my life. Most times I get random messages from home, especially my sister, encouraging me, calling me an ego Igbo. That will be the one to take her outside. Most times I just get messages like, I got you. This race that me and you will run and stuff like that. And words like that just kept on pushing and encouraging me, like, I don't have to give up. I will push further. And recently there was someone God just placed in my life. Like, I knew him when I was growing up, but now he just became so intentional about me. Like, most times he sends me both scholarship applications, job applications, and like start applying for these things now. You never know what will happen later on. If the person even supports me financially and otherwise. So these things just, and I'm like, if these people are actually intentional about me, then I need to buckle up. Like, I need to also give me my best at it, because if these people are actually seeing something about me that I'm like, this girl actually has something ahead of her, then me too, I should do better. And stuff like this just push me and motivate me to want to do better and keep on pushing no matter what.
With what you just said right now, it just kept ringing in my mind that God is intentional about you, and I don't know how you see it to the people He has placed in your life. So what will you say about His intentionality about you?
What I would actually say, most times I know for certain that God is intentional about me. God is intentional, because throughout my academic journey, I've never really had to struggle like some students. Like I've met or I've seen persons that really struggle, and for me, most times things go smoothly, like that I least expect. And in my head, I'm like, wow, like for God to have done this, or God to have set these people over me, then He's really, really, really intentional about me. Most, and especially the times that I would want to give up, or I want to just be by myself, feeling this depressed or frustrated, and He sends people my way to actually keep me going, keep me pushing, or most times going through my phone, watching videos, and then a video just pops up and I'm like, God is really, really, really intentional about me. Like I could see that He's intentional. It's just that most times we fail to recognize it. And we just keep on living by our own, but then He keeps on proving that He's intentional about me. He keeps on proving that He's intentional through people He has sent, through families, through friends. I could see that He's really intentional.
So how did you juggle school and service? I know you served while on campus. So how did you juggle school and service? And another area is, how did service shaping you? How did you help you? So, but firstly, we'll go with how did you juggle school with service and with other extracurricular activities?
I'm not going to say it was an easy one. It was not an easy one, but I had to do it because I knew service in IFS was God ordained. I would use that word, and I knew that it was something that would shaping or help me push further in my relationship with God. So I just had to give in the sacrifice. It was not easy, especially times when I have to go for lectures, and especially because from 1 to 4 was usually practicals, and coming straight from practical, going to my hostel, I'm not going to rest, I'm taking off my clothes, wearing corporates, running to bush house to meet up with leaders prayer. It was not an easy one, but then most times I would want to just be like, oh, I need to go for this thing, but I knew I had to because it was a training ground for me. It was training. I got recently now. I could see that most of those impacts of those inputs then is helping me now, especially attending meetings. I see the need for me to attend meetings, church services, going for my academic workshops and the rest of them. So juggling it was hard, but that was the sacrifice I had to pay at that moment. I had to give him if I knew I wanted to grow my relationship with God, if I wanted to be involved with God and all, I had to give him my best, my all in service. And also striving academically, I know I had to read my, there were times probably there was no service that day. Straight from class, I'm finding an empty class or a hall to stay. You see me and my friend Rita, we carry our book, we stay in the place, we trying to assimilate. Most times we go for 9 classes just to ensure that we cover up our curriculum. So it was not easy, but that was the sacrifice we had to pay. Our time was the sacrifice we had to pay during those moments. We had to give in our time, give in our energy, even when it was not comfortable, but we had to give it our best so that we ensure that we finish well in service and also come out with good grades in academics.
Those period of time in service, you always hear people say, service is sacrifice. What was your attitude when they said service is sacrifice? How did you react? What do you say about your dead and now? Like it's a two thing.
Okay, then I was not really seeing it as a sacrifice. Then I was seeing it as time consuming. I was seeing it as something that was taking away my personal time. That time I would have stayed on my bed sleeping, regaining the strength I had lost going for lectures that I will have to go to my class and stand for about 6 hours because we don't have chairs in the department. So really now I'm saying that, but I will have to stand for over many hours, and that time I would use to go back to my hostel to regain the strength or to sleep and prepare myself for the night prep and all. I would see myself going. I saw it as something that was taking my time. It was taking away my time, like to rest and all. But I would just come out, and most times coming out, time you will come out. So after service, they will not say they want to do review. All leaders should wait behind for review. Like service literally closed late, like 7, and you are still asking me to stay back for review. And in the review, you will not just go straight to the point. You keep on talking and talking and talking. Like those things were itchy to me. Like they were. I would just say they were. Would I say pepper body?
Yeah.
Like it was, and me going back, I would just be crumbling. I'm like, I don't know who sent me to this thing. Like why? Like why do I have to? Can I just stay, go to church and serve God? Like, do I have to be in a position to serve God? But now I can actually see the impact, and I can see now that it's shaping my life. It was not just about now. If younger ones come now, and I'm like, that's just the sacrifice you have to do.
And then when we are saying it sounds so sweet.
I said that during my time we did this. That's the sacrifice you have to pay now. So it was a rough one, but it was encouraging, it was impactful. I'm not going to lie. It was impactful.
It's a good thing to see that service is not about the title. It's about your heart. And it's about how you want to carry out God's business. It's our Father's business. So it's about how we want to carry it out. What lessons have you learned so far? Did you learn so far? And how is it shaping you? Be it academics, your personal life, your relationship with people, every angle of your life.
One of the lessons I would say I've learned so far is dependency on God. Yeah. Even when it's working out as planned, when it's not working out as planned, just trust God.
Yeah.
Be dependent on Him, and voila, it will definitely play out. I've seen it so many times. Another thing I've come to learn is tolerance and patience. We staying in hostels, school hostel, could tell that you will grow and you will learn to be patient and tolerant. You will learn it, because if not, just be ready to be fighting with somebody every day. Because you're actually living with people with different perspectives and personalities. So you have to understand that where I'm coming from is not where this person is coming from. What I'm thinking or reasoning is not what this person is reasoning. So you have to be patient with this person. You have to be tolerant. You have to tolerate a lot in order for you to accommodate or live with people in hostels. So it has helped me to be tolerant and to be patient.
If you reflect into yourself, for the life-changing experience you've had, how has it affected, or what impact has it made in your relationship with people? One, and then people could be in school, your family, academically, reflecting into yourself, your life-changing experiences. What impact has it made in your relationship?
I've seen myself grow into maturity. Like there are certain things I just have to overlook. I don't have to dwell on it. Okay, I'll use family for instance. So going back home, we always get myself involved with brother, and we see ourselves, even as he's older than me, but I want to show that I've arrived, I now know things and all, blah blah blah. I'll start exchanging words with him. But now, rather than doing those things, I'll just keep calm about it and just go out of that place to avoid exchange of words. And I see myself overlooking too. I've seen myself being matured about certain things. Also for relationships, I would say I would use an intimate relationship for instance. Probably it did not work out between me and the person. Most times I'll be like, no, I cannot give you my time, give you everything. Most times we feel like those moments are popular use and dump. Use and dump moment. But now I'm going to understand that if it did not work out, then that's good, that's fine. God has someone better for me. God has someone better for me. So if it's not working out now, then this is not where God wants me to be. He has actually prepared someone better for me, and definitely I'll meet that person. So it has actually shaped my mindset that I don't have, if this thing is not working out for me, then it's not for me. It's not where I'm supposed to be. It's not what God will have me do or what He wants me to do. There are better things He has in store for me.
It's good to hear. God has the perfect one for you, like I said, and for each and every person, He has purpose for everyone. What will you say to someone who is facing the same challenge? Like, what will you say to the person, and what words of encouragement will you give to that person?
What I'll tell the person, or what I'll say to the person rather, is I'll always encourage the person to hold on tightly to God. Yeah. Firstly, hold on tightly to God. Your total trust and dependency should be on God. Should build this relationship with God. Hold on fast to His word. Trust God more than never before. Like, trust God more. And also, I'll tell the person, hard work pays. Hard work pays. Strive to be better. Strive to work hard. In my life, I don't know for other persons, but for me, I've grown to understand that when you put in your time, giving your best shot at a particular thing, it works out. It works out. So hard work pays. Most times, just that we feel so lazy to give in our best in certain things we do, and when it doesn't go out, we like, yeah, I gave my time, I gave my best, but deep down within you knew that you did not give, or you did not give an amount of time, but that energy, that hard work you needed to. That was right. But over time, I've grown to understand that hard work pays. Once you give in your best, you giving your time, you giving your energy at a particular thing, it comes at well. The results will be beautiful. So hard work pays. Just giving, it's not going to be pleasant. It's not always pleasant. It's not always as pleasurable as we want it to be. But when we give it, we sacrifice that time, we give it our best at whatever thing we are planning on, we plan on doing, or whatever thing we want to do. Just know that once you dedicate or devote your time to that thing, it will come out beautiful.
Thank you so much. So I would like to ask, with your inspiring story, what do you hope these people have to learn from it? Lessons do they have to apply to their own lives?
I said earlier, I would say one of the lessons of what they need to apply is, one, they should be intimate with God. Yeah. Two, you should be open to knowledge. Yeah, because knowledge is what builds a man, knowledge is what helps a man. So they should be open to, no knowledge is a waste. So be open to, knowledge might not just, now our world has advanced so much that we have access to so many online platforms and the rest. So the person, whoever should be open to knowledge. It might not just be physical, like you meeting a person physically. Now we have so many speakers online, so many people that has actually gone through so many life trials, and you see them coming out stronger. So be open to knowledge, learn from these people's experiences as well. Be ready to learn from experiences. Go to their pages, go to online, you will see so many, although there are people that, but you see genuine people that their stories are genuine, and you could actually pick a one or two from their experiences, build on their, work on their knowledge. And also I would recommend, still on the knowledge is reading. Should never get tired of exposing ourselves to reading books, inspiring books that will also build ourselves, build our perspective about things.
So while you were talking, it just came back to my spirit. I heard you said that the mentor were part of people who give you like support system in college. What do you say about mentorship, and what will you say about those people that want to be under someone and they are trying to find their feet?
I think mentorship is a good thing, because a mentor is actually someone that has been placed over you to guide you, direct you, and all. So Mentorship is a good one, and I'll encourage anyone to get a mentor because this person, most times you might be feeling a mentor is someone that has actually had an experience or two about what you're actually experiencing now. So the person will know how well to guide you and see you through those phases. So it's wise, it's expected that we open ourselves up to mentorship, to mentors that will help you, that will build you, that will see you through this journey of life that we are going on. This person will shape you, the person will help you, the person will expose you to so many experiences, so many knowledge that you don't even know about. So mentorship is actually a good one. It's a good one.
So do we have different areas of mentor? If yes, we do. What do you advise the person to do? Do you advise the person to just stick to one person, even if that person does not have knowledge all around that? Or do you advise the person to have different mentors in different fields, like be it relationship, be it academics, be it personal life,
Yeah. Your mentor for your personal development might not really have an idea or insight about business. And if you are someone that is striving to be successful in business, I would advise you also get a business mentor. So if you are actually working in a particular area of your life that you want to see, I would advise you get a mentor for that area of your life because my mentor for my spiritual growth may not necessarily have an insight or idea about entrepreneurship, business, and all of that. So, but I want to strive in that aspect of my life. So, for me to strive, I need to get someone that will oversee me through the whole business or the entrepreneurial thing. So, it's wise that I get them. So, I'll advise that if you want to see yourself grow spiritually, you want to see yourself grow academically, business-wise, or you can get specific mentors for each of these areas of your life.
Thank you so much for coming to Then and Now show. Have anything you want to say to the viewers out there that are watching? Do you have anything you want to say to them that would help them? You said a whole lot. You said a whole lot. Like your story is inspiring.
Okay, the only thing I will say, and it's something I always say to myself and anybody I come across, is putting God first in all you do. Like God should be your number one priority in everything we do. We should not take him out of the picture. He should be involved in every area of our life. God is not just concerned about our spiritual life. He's also concerned about your academics. He's also concerned about that business you want to venture into. So put God in everything you want to do.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's worth it and it's what you blessing us. And thank you for coming to the second season or second episode of Then and Now series. Thank you. God bless you, Ma. Thank you. And to our viewers, we have Miss Helen sitting here who has really blessed and inspired us, and we would really love you to like, comment, and share. So, thank you.
Hi.